I can't tell you, this is sort of a bittersweet day for me. Today, Justice Breyer announces his intention to step down from active service after 4 decades.
President Biden officially announced today Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer is retiring after 28 years on the bench. Breyer spoke for just a few minutes after the president and called on the next generation to uphold the Constitution.
They'll determine whether the experiment still works. And of course, I am an optimist, and I'm pretty sure it will.
Justice Breyer's retirement, of course, gives President Biden his first Supreme Court pick.
And today, the president confirmed he will fulfill a campaign promise that will make history.
Person I will nominate will be someone with extraordinary qualifications, and that person will be the first black woman ever nominated to the United States Supreme Court.
D.C. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is seen as the front runner. Other choices being considered: California Supreme Court Justice Leandra Kruger and South Carolina Judge J. Michelle Childs. The president says he will announce his nominee in February. And as many throughout the country anticipate that announcement, local activists say it's a reminder that there are still several state and federal offices that women have never held.
And Denver 7's Micah Smith talked to one local organization working to change that.
In the history of the United States, not one black woman has ever served as a state governor. And currently, there are no black women serving in the U.S. Senate, as President Biden prepares to nominate the country's first black woman to the Supreme Court.
We are still in a country of firsts.
Emerge Colorado's first woman of color to become executive director, Lisa Calderon, says it serves as a message of hope and a stark reminder.
We've never had a woman mayor of Denver, and so we are still writing the script.
Emerge Colorado is an organization that's helping women do that by getting more women, especially those from diverse backgrounds, into local, state, and national offices.
We have about 60 women in office, elected or appointed.
A recent Center for American Women in Politics study found, despite representing 8% of the population, less than 5% of elected state officials or federal office holders are black women. Emerge Colorado alum and Colorado State Representative Leslie Herod says this nomination is coming right on time.
We have dozens of qualified black women who can fill that position. I, as a little kid, actually wanted to be on the Supreme Court. But honestly, I don't think I ever really thought I could because I never saw a black woman there.
What I think is really interesting about what Justice Breyer did is he stepped aside honorably. So he made space for a black woman to ascend. And I think that that's the ultimate lesson here, is that these types of appointments don't just happen.
Calderon and Herod say the nomination is only the beginning. To be the first is an achievement, but making sure you're not the last is the goal. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.